Revenge films.
I've met his parents a couple of times, but it seems they weren't so fond of the person who stole their loved son. Mubio also saw it, and we were both a little bummed out about the situation. I couldn't not meet his mother, after all. I am getting married to him. So one day, I got all my strength to go meet her with him.
Hi, Mom, we're here!
Nice to meet you. Oh my, welcome home, my son. This isn't out of the ordinary. Whenever I greet her, she only greets Mubio back and pretends that I'm not even here. Mubio, it's so great to see you, my handsome boy. Are those clothes new? It looks so good on you.
Yeah, Tsukami picked it out for me.
She has no taste in fashion.
You just said it looked good, though.
Well, what I meant is that you have a great figure and beautiful face. So whatever you wear, you look great in. Even the bad clothes that Tsukami picked out for you. I mean, I was used to this kind of behavior from her, but it always left a bitter aftertaste. Mubio and I looked at each other and sat down on the sofa.
We came here today to talk about us getting married.
Yeah, I know. I know she's in a bad mood, like always.
We're planning to have it in 6 months' time. We're gonna start looking for a venue soon.
His mother was staring at me with a hateful look in her eyes the whole time. So I said to her, I look forward to being your daughter-in-law. What? I don't need a daughter. Are you sure you want to marry a little brat like her? You know you don't have to rush into marrying someone, right? Your father passed away, and if you go, I will have no one. I'll be so lonely.
I choose Tsukami. Plus, you're gonna be alone one way or another.
So you're gonna choose this little brat over me?
What do you mean, little brat? She's gonna be your daughter-in-law.
All I need is you. I don't need this girl. After saying this, she stomped off to the kitchen.
Tsukami, I'm sorry. I can't shut her up because she's my mother at the end of the day. But I will come to visit her by myself after we get married. Please, don't worry.
Yeah, that does make me feel better. I am feeling down about her hating me so much. While him and I were talking, she came back from the kitchen with tea and cookies. Did she forgive me? I felt a little better since she's never welcomed me like this. In silence, she put the coffee in front of Mubio and herself and gave me the tea. Why am I the only one getting tea? I prefer coffee over tea, but maybe she was trying to be considerate and think that ladies prefer tea? Mubio, I know you like coffee more than tea. Tsukami, are you okay with having the expired tea?
Hey, Mom, that's not right!
It's alright. I have a strong stomach and I always use spices that are little past their expiration date. She completely ignored everything and said, Mubio, you should try these cookies. They're really tasty. Go on, drink your coffee before it gets cold. Tsukami, drink your tea. I mean, it was only past the expiration date by a little bit. Plus, if I didn't drink it, it would ruin the mood. Then a weird smell hits as I go in to take a sip. I mix it a bit with a spoon, and it started to foam? Something is definitely wrong with this tea. Hey, I actually want to drink coffee. He didn't say anything as I am always choosing to drink coffee instead.
I don't mind.
Yeah, and this tea.
What is it?
I showed him the tea and the foamy bubbles were still there.
What is this foam? And this smell?
He pretentiously was about to take a sip as he knew something was up. No, Mubio, no! She said as she threw the cup of tea out of his hands. As he saw that, he took her coffee and took it to the living room and put something in it. What are you doing?
Here you go, Mother. A special drink. With dish soap. Same as what you did for Tsukami.
As she mixed her coffee with a spoon, it started to foam up like my tea did. It can't be. I didn't think she would put dish soap in my drink. I was so shocked. What? Mubio, I would never do such a thing. He went to the kitchen and filled up the kettle with water. When he put more water into the tea, the more it started to foam.
Then how do you explain this?
She had nothing to say for herself and broke down into tears. Because I didn't want you to get married to her. If I had drank this, I could have died. Is that how badly you didn't want your son to marry me? Duh, I don't need you. A daughter-in-law? How repulsive. After hearing how much she hated me, I stood there, silenced and in shock.
I'm sorry, but I had to cut ties with you. You're crazy for putting dish soap in my future wife's drink.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Something took over me. Please don't leave me alone, she said as she hugged his legs. He looked down at her with a cold look in his eyes and said,
How do I forgive you? If I hadn't noticed, Tsukami would have drunk that tea. I will not allow this to ever happen again,
he said as he stormed out the house with me.
I'm so sorry to make you go through such a horrible thing. She may be my mother, but I feel so ashamed.
No. Thank you for having my back in there. If I'm being honest, I don't think I would have been able to get along with her after that. But as he said to her, he ended up cutting ties with her. Immediately afterwards, he had many missed calls from her, but he blocked her. She was supposed to come to the wedding, but was uninvited. Of course, all the family relatives looked around to see why she was not here, and he said to them,
Please, ask her yourself.
After that, she tried to come over to our house a couple of times, but he said,
If you ever try to contact or try to go see Tsukami, I will sue you for attempted murder!
This scared her off and she stopped bugging us. I heard from a friend of mine that she saw someone's parents not letting their kids out of the nest, but I never thought it would happen to me. And with a dish soap drink? I was just grateful that my husband stood by my side the entire time. If he was even an inch on her side, I think I would have been heartbroken. After that, the people in her neighborhood started referring to her as the weird, creepy woman who never takes care of herself or her home. She was probably in total shock that her beloved son had cut her off completely. There were family members who came by to try and convince my husband to do something, but he responded,
I can never think of her as a mother. How could she do such a thing without feeling any guilt? I have absolutely no plans of getting in contact with her ever again.
I used to see a lot of relatives come by and leave with their heads hanging low. It's been a couple of years since then, but he has stuck to his word. And I don't think we ever will again. All I wanted was a normal and healthy daughter and mother-in-law relationship. But she was the one who ruined it, no one else. After losing her husband and son, I do feel bad for her sometimes, but it was just the consequences to her actions.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.